I will, let's see, I wasn't able to type everyone's names, but it seems most everyone were in time, with the exception of Tangela, just short by 10, 15 seconds. But I will go, we can move on and transit. I will pass the stage on to our Toastmaster again as I type up, and we do have the opportunity to vote for who was or who you believe to be the best table topics response for today. And the process of doing that after I type everyone's names and what they talked about. If you in the Zoom group chat, there's like a to everyone, I believe is the default. You click that box or that arrow, it should pull up everyone's names in this meeting. And then you will go ahead and direct your votes to Noah Kuranga. And when you do vote, please be sure to specify who is your first choice and who's your second choice, as it does come into play with voting. So while I go ahead and type everyone's names and what they talked about, I will introduce back up to the stage our Toastmaster, Sourin.
Thank you, Tricia. And you had a really good set of questions. I really enjoyed them, and they really made me think outside the box. So as Tricia said, be sure to vote for your top two Toastmaster speakers, number one and number two, as this goes into voting. And I'll just let Tricia type them out, but we'll take about a minute after she finishes typing out to relay your choices to Noah Kuranga. Thank you. So we'll wait until Tricia's finished.
There's still a little bit more to go, but I think you can introduce our next section as the votes will be announced at the very end.
Okay, so we can move on to the next section, and our next section will be general evaluation. So our general evaluator is Tori, so she will be evaluating how the meeting went overall. You can go ahead and take it away, Tori.
All right, cool. So I'm the general evaluator today, so I'm just going to kind of give a brief overview of what went well, what didn't go well, also just kind of keep talking as everyone keeps voting. We didn't have speakers today, so we also didn't have evaluators, so I'm just going to go straight into calling for reports for Grammarian, Timer, and All Counter. So Noah, if you want to go ahead and give your Grammarian report.
Sure, absolutely. So, everyone did pretty good with the grammar, except for Slate, with his what did he talk about? Pineapples on pizza. I think his choice of words was very disrespectful to to me, because I grew up eating pineapples on pizza as a vegetarian. So but other than that, I think everything was good. Oh, and one more thing. I think Linda mentioned canned bacon. Almost threw up. so I think that was another grammar hiccup. But other than that, I think everything was great. We talked about a lot of food, and I love to eat. I eat 4 or 5 times a day if I can. So food is a very touchy subject for me, but other than that, everything was great.
All right, thank you. Yeah, dude, me too. Love food. So next is the All Counter report, which is Courtney. So if you want to go ahead and give your report.
Yeah, sure. So for the All Counter, from what I found for Slate, he did say all 3 times. He did repeat the words and you know, and he also said but twice. For Sourin, he said so as a filler. He said like 8 times. That was it for him. Tricia, Tricia, she had the most, but you talked the most by far. And you repeated the word time. You repeated the word ah once. You repeated 20 times, which I'm doing right now. So, and you said so twice and like 3 times. For Justin, he repeated the word and. He repeated the word but once as a filler. He used all 3 times and 1 time. For Tori, she used the word 3 times and then repeated the word maybe. For Noah, he repeated the word you know. He used but 1 time, 1 time, and like 6 times. And then for Tangela, I only heard 1 time. And for Linda and Joanne, I didn't find too many filler words. So that's awesome.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that you go, you know, person by person. I really like that instead of just kind of like a general evaluation kind of thing. So next we have our timer, which is Justin. Just kind of give a brief overview if everyone was in time.
Yep. So everyone was in time today, pretty much. We had a couple, I think Tangela was the only one. No, Tangela was under time in her speeches, as Tricia pointed out. And Joan was also under time, I believe. So, but for the most part, everyone did really well. Everyone hit the 1 minute mark. We had some people come close to 2 minutes. And I almost went way over 2 minutes. So, so that's, and then, yeah, so we all did pretty good. I think I was the only one that went over 2 minutes. So that was I gotta work on that one, but yep.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. So everyone was, I guess, in time except for a few, like for table topics, right? Oh, wait, we didn't even have speakers. Just kidding. I was like thinking, I was like, okay, where's the speakers? Okay, thank you, Justin. So overall, I think it was a great meeting. There was a couple of tough technical difficulties. So, but it was a shorter meeting and I still think it went really smooth. So thank you to the Toastmaster for the smooth transitions. I thought table topics was really creative. I love seeing where everyone goes in different directions, kind of each meeting. And I think that it's just, there it is, the again. I see what you're saying, Courtney. Okay. I'm always really excited to see, you know, all the themes. And I like that we got to see what the most Googled question was. It was funny to see others' answers too, like Slate with the pineapple on pizza. And then I'm sure everyone was like in their own heads thinking, how would I answer this question? What direction would I go in it? I know I was thinking that. And then Tricia, you were super enthusiastic. I loved the commentary and you brought up the word of the day, which was energized to remind everyone, which I thought was really helpful. I'm definitely going to keep a note of that for future table topics to do that. And then there was enough questions to let everyone go 2 or 3 times, which is also really awesome. And for being online, I think that we're doing a great job staying on track with the weekly meetings and staying on time, or not on time, like staying on track with every week. The only thing that I would say is trying to hit the 4:30 mark. I know it's hard because it's on Zoom and it's virtual and everyone's like probably rushed into their computers to like get on. But that would be the only thing that I would say. And I know that we have technical difficulties and things like that, but overall great meeting. I'm really glad everyone came out. I'm glad that, you know, Joan, apologize if I don't say your names correctly, but Tangela, Linda, and Joan. I'm glad that you guys were able to make it. And it was a great meeting, y'all. So I'll go ahead and hand it back to Sourin.
Thank you, Tori. And so Tricia was able to list all of the various speakers. So I think most people voted. I hope so. And so I guess we can transition this to closing off the meeting. So I'll hand it over to Slate, our president, to assign roles for next meeting.
All right, thank you, Sourin. And Noah, are the votes tallied?
Yes, all the votes are in and accounted for.
All right, you can go ahead and give us that.
Okay, so coming in second for the best table topic speech, drum roll please. it'll be Slate for his unfortunate position of pineapples on pizza. And then coming in first place, drum roll please, it'll be Justin for his very hilarious speech about when is it time? You know, is it time to eat? So thank you guys. Those were both great speeches with great viewpoints, and I will pass it on to Slate.
All right, thank you, Noah. I actually kind of like that touch. I don't think we normally call second place, but I think that'd be kind of nice to start doing for maybe the table topic section, because there's, especially during a meeting like this, because there's a lot. But thank you for that. Again, it's not rigged. That was everyone else voting. I used to vote for my, like, full disclaimer. When I first joined back in spring 2019, I would straight up vote for myself every time. Whenever I was evaluator, whenever I was table topics, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm putting my name down. But so it's not rigged. I haven't done that in a while, even though I think that's technically allowed. Just like in real elections, you think you can vote for yourself. But yes, that will conclude our meeting. So I will give a few closing remarks as well as filling roles for our next meeting and introducing our guest. So I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I'd actually like to start with introducing guests again. So we have Tangela, and can you say your name again, Mrs. Sheets? How do you pronounce your first name?
Joanne.
It is Joanne. Thank you. I mispronounced it earlier, but thank you for that. But starting from that, you can go first. Just go ahead and introduce yourself, what Toastmaster Club you're from, or what's your background. Just introduce yourself, and then Tangela can go after you.
Thank you. I am Joanne Cheese, and I am a member of the Athens Toastmaster Club. Linda and I attend the same club. I've been in Toastmasters for a year and 5 months now, and I have enjoyed every minute of it. Wouldn't trade it for anything. I thoroughly enjoyed today's meeting. It was definitely unique. I liked the table topics questions. They were thought-provoking. Some of them was like, what am I gonna say here? But I enjoyed that. I'll also be serving as the area director for Area 54. And I look so forward to working with all of you. We're a team, and whatever I can do to serve you and help you, that's what I'm here for. And we're gonna grow together. That's the way I see it. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you for that. Definitely looking forward you to stop by in future meetings with some prepared speakers in attendance as well. Tangela, you can introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, my name is Tangela Calhoun. I am new to the Athens area. I relocated to Athens to attend school. I'm a dual degree, Master in Social Work and JD student. I should be here for about 4 or 5 years before my program is done. I quit my full-time job. I used to work for the Marine Corps in Beaufort, South Carolina. I was the victim advocate coordinator for Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort, and I'm pursuing something that I've wanted to do since I was a child, is to become a lawyer. My husband was active duty. He retired in 2014. He promised me that when he retired, I could fulfill my dream, and that was to go to law school. So here I am. This is my first Toastmaster experience. It was very rewarding. I do plan to come back, but for the next 3 weeks, I'll be attending a legal academy at University of Miami for 3 weeks, so I won't be able to come for the next 3 weeks, but I'm excited to be here. And it was very fun. So thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great to hear you're pursuing your dream career, dream study you've always wanted to pursue. That's all. I didn't know it was your first time guest. I actually assumed you were just a fellow Toastmaster already. So I'm glad you liked the meeting. This is not a usual meeting, as you heard mentioned a couple times. We usually have a prepared speaker section, but But yeah, and I actually didn't mention this, but both you guys answered the question, how'd you guys think of the meeting? So I'm glad you both enjoyed it. And yeah, you're definitely always welcome. This is the UGA Student Toastmasters Club, and we meet weekly Monday online until about the first or second week August, and then we'll move to in-person meetings on campus. Yeah, looking forward to see you again in a couple weeks. With that said, we're going to jump right into assigning roles. We do that in every meeting, try and make sure we get the major roles filled and get a few speakers. So with that said, Noah, do I have screen sharing privileges?
Let me see.
Also, while he's making sure I have that, and I'll pull our role sign-up sheet up. Awesome. And then just kind of mentioning our main form of contact is GroupMe. I know that doesn't work for everyone, so if that doesn't work, just get in contact with us and we'll make sure to keep you in the know. We can add you to our email list or just be in contact with us. But yeah, that said, I'll pull this role sign up. Here we go. And I actually don't know if I introduced myself. I think the Toastmaster today, Sourin, did, but I am Slate Nation's the president of UGA Toastmasters. And this is the agenda. So here is our role sign up. It's just a Google Sheets that's always free to edit and open up. The link is all you need is the link. Today was the 29th. Next Monday will be the 6th. So I'm just going to go down the roles. Most of us are familiar with roles, so I'm just going to try and fill them out. But if anyone has any question about roles, feel free to ask any one of us here, any of the officers. So I'll start with Toastmaster. Anyone would like to be the Toastmaster for next meeting? And while we're doing this as well, it's a great time for Courtney or any other new members. So to reap the full benefits of Toastmasters, you do have to become a paid member, which includes just paying the fee. And now would be a great time because you could get the next prorated fee, which goes down every first of the month, I believe. And our area and division director should definitely be able to confirm that. But so that would be 2 days. It would go down by a certain amount. So, and then that would be good until, I believe, through September. It goes in about 6-month periods. But anyhow, would anyone like to be Toastmaster?
Can I sign up as a speaker?
Yes, yeah, Tricia. But yeah, definitely feel free to jump around if there's a specific role you want. I'm just going down from the top. Got Tricia, speaker number 1. So we'll need Toastmaster and table topics. We're only missing Scott, our treasurer today. All the other officers and members and guests are here today. Would anyone like to be Toastmaster, table topics master for next week?
I could do table topics.
Was that Tori? Yeah. All right. So we still need a Toastmaster and then a general evaluator. And then those would be the major roles. Sourin, what are you thinking for next week? Would you like to jump into a speech or would you like to do another major role?
I could serve as evaluator again.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna wait like I think next meeting or so. Like the meeting after next meeting, I'll do a speech again.
Got it. Sounds great. All right. You said you want to be evaluator?
Yeah, either general or regular evaluator.
Okay. I'll put you down as evaluator 1 for now for Tricia. Tori, Tricia, Scott. Courtney, do you know if you want to be one of the reporter roles or if you want to go ahead and if you think you'll become a paid member, you could be jump right into the other roles?
Yeah, I can try being an evaluator.
Okay. Awesome. I think that's just about all our members here. Noah, do you know what role you'd like to do? We have Toastmaster open, general evaluator. Or you could do speech.
I can be the general evaluator.
Okay, sweet. And Noah. All right. That's just about it. I'm gonna be think I'm gonna do this next week. All right, I think that is all. And Tangela, you said you'll be it'll be a couple weeks until you'll be able to join us again, right? I was just double checking there. All right.
The roles left.
Oh, my
Yes.
bad, Justin. Yes. Would you like a? We have Toastmaster, which do you plan on becoming a paid member?
Yeah, I should
Okay.
be. I should be on Wednesday,
Okay.
or by Wednesday rather. I should.
By
be.
the next meeting. Yes. So we have Toastmaster, which is, as I believe you've seen, they MC and lead the meeting. A speech or the reporter roles. Grammarian.
I can do Toastmaster.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, Toastmaster of the day, and we have some sort of checklist we can send you. Goes for
Yes,
the
please.
Definitely. Just nice. We got a pretty full roster. So we got 2 speakers, me and Tricia, and looks like all the roles. We'll fill up our reporter roles. Hopefully, it'll be good to go. Let me stop sharing that. And so move into, oh, awesome, Tangela, give me timer. Thank you for that. And we can explain that role to you again, either next meeting or before that, if you want to message us. But anyway, so we're gonna go into closing remarks. So like Sourin and our general evaluator Tori mentioned, phenomenal job is Table Talks Master Tricia. Those questions were really cool. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the Wired autocomplete interview series on YouTube. That's exactly what came to mind after like the first 2 questions. They do typically celebrities or something. They got this big old paper board and they like rip it off, and it's just like how our Table Talks would say. It'll be like, who is, and then they have to guess. And then in that series, they like explain it, sort of try and think why people are doing it. But very, very cool how you came up with that, and you kind of said the answer, what it was after each question. And I think you had great responses after I think every single response. And I believe you had 20 questions, which I think was a perfect amount, was 20, with us starting a little bit late. Nice. You said you had a couple more questions if needed. So great job in the preparation, because I was kind of throwing on us because we were expecting at least 1 speaker. And but yeah, good job, Sourin, on your first time as Toastmaster of the day. And I'm really looking forward to the next meeting. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting, pass it off to Noah. You can go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
All right, you guys, such a wonderful meeting. Thanks for everyone attending. Thank you, Joanne, Miss Tangela, and Linda. Thank you all for meeting. It's nice to see new faces and nice to see old faces as well. But, all in time. It's 6:05 p.m. and this meeting is adjourned. Awesome.
All right, thanks, Noah. If you guys have any quick questions, feel free to ask now. Otherwise, our meeting is over.
Bye, guys. Have a good week.
Bye, Justin.
See you, Justin.
Thank you.